Welcome back to the ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel, where today we delve deep into the gripping events set to unfold from November 10th through November 21st. This upcoming two-week period is poised to deliver a whirlwind of drama, intense confrontations, and shocking revelations that will captivate fans and keep the suspense alive in Port Charles. In the early days of November 10th to 14th, viewers will witness Michael Corinthos making an astonishing move that could redefine the stakes for several key characters. This move will undoubtedly ripple across the storyline, especially impacting Willow's fate. The ramifications of Michael's actions will have a profound influence. Whether they bolster Willow's cause or further complicate her situation remains to be seen, but the tension will be palpable. Meanwhile, Sonny Corinthos is set to stir the pot with a cryptic hint about a new suspect emerging, possibly redirecting suspicion in surprising directions. This conversation with Michael will have sharp implications, given Sonny's apparent intentions to sway Alexis Davis toward suspecting Portia Robinson. Such a maneuver is sure to ignite conflict, particularly with Michael, who is unlikely to approve of targeting Curtis Ashford's wife. Portia's troubled marriage with Curtis seems destined to unravel, as divorce plans loom on the horizon. Curiously, Curtis's connection to Portia may not be severed entirely, thanks to the baby she carries. Yet, the paternity of this child is shrouded in mystery and could belong to Isaiah Gannon rather than Curtis. This tangled web of relationships promises significant upheaval, especially as Felicia Scorpio begins probing Portia's alibi. Her investigation risks uncovering that explosive secret, which could cause shockwaves throughout the Corinthos family and beyond. These layers of deception and uncertainty will add rich texture to the unfolding drama. In a parallel storyline, Drew Cain intensifies his pressure campaign on Alexis Davis with the goal of securing Willow's freedom. His determination and persistence underscore the emotional stakes involved as Willow's legal troubles loom large. Meanwhile, a spine-chilling turn awaits laboratory companions Emma Scorpio Drake and Giovanni Joe Palmieri. Their planned break-in at the lab uncovers a horrifying discovery that shakes them to their core. This revelation does not only horrify Joe and Emma, but also invites severe consequences both for the intruders and those unwittingly caught in the crossfire. Britt Westburn's involvement shortly thereafter places her in precarious jeopardy. The fallout from the lab breach threatens to spiral out of control, dragging several characters into dangerous territory. Dante Falconeri's storyline will intersect with this turmoil, bringing in a personal element to a case that tests his resolve. Dante could find himself compelled to arrest Joe, even as the family attempts to reconcile and bond. This moment might set back the delicate progress Dante has made with the family, adding a layer of emotional weight to the procedural drama. Amidst the chaos, Britt finds herself navigating multiple challenges. With Pascal's enigmatic presence looming over Port Charles, Britt's personal and professional life is fraught with tension. She looks to Jason for support, but their conversation is abruptly derailed by the ill-timed arrival of Professor Henry Hank Dalton. This disruption injects fresh conflict into Britt's storyline, leading her to take a defiant stand against Jen Sidwell. Britt's bold threats clash with Sidwell's ruthless retaliations, including a chilling move to withhold her medication as punishment. This power play illustrates the high stakes of their cat and mouse dynamic and the dangerous line Britt walks. The battle for power extends to the romantic and political spheres, with Sidwell attempting to charm Ava Jerome even as Sonny works to manipulate Ada Justine Taylor. Justine's plan to control the legal landscape takes a precarious turn due to her growing attraction to Sonny. This mutual pull threatens to unravel her strategy, raising the question of whether they will succumb to temptation, possibly sharing a kiss or more. Such a twist could fundamentally alter alliances and priorities in Port Charles. Meanwhile, Laura's storyline takes a poignant turn as she faces a formidable choice. With Sidwell and Ezra Boyle tightening their grip, Laura might make the ultimate sacrifice of dropping out of the mayoral race. This decision signals a significant moment in her arc, highlighting the intense pressure and political maneuvering inherent in this saga. The aftermath of Lucas Jones agreeing to move into Windermere also disrupts the lives of those around him, particularly Carly. Returning from Steinmauer to this new reality, Carly finds herself unsettled, preparing viewers for a season of complaints and conflict sparked by Jocelyn Jax's surprising support for Lucas's decision to move, influenced by Brennan. This cluster of reactions promises rich interpersonal drama and showcases the ongoing tensions between characters with clashing motivations. Lastly, attention turns to Anna Devane, who finds herself in a dire predicament far from a typical classified WSB assignment. Reports suggest Anna is trapped in a harrowing captivity scenario, facing psychological torment and potential danger. The mystery deepens as questions arise: could the infamous Phazon still be alive and pulling the strings, or is another enigmatic captor orchestrating this nightmare? The chilling ordeal awaiting Anna promises to deliver intense suspense and emotional turmoil, captivating fans with twists that could reverberate across future storylines. Next, we will dive deep into the chilling possibility that Caesar Phazon is scheming to claim Anna Devane as his eternal bride in a twisted tale of resurrection and deception. In the shadowy underbelly of Port Charles, whispers among fans are growing louder about Caesar Phazon's potential return from the grave, with Anna Devane caught in the crosshairs of what could be his most diabolical plan yet. Picture this: Anna, the fearless WSB agent who's faced down villains from every corner of the globe, suddenly finds herself vulnerable in a dimly lit, abandoned warehouse on the outskirts of town. The air thick with the scent of rust and forgotten secrets, she struggles against the chemical haze of chloroform that dulls her senses, only to awaken bound to a cold metal chair, wrists chafed by unyielding handcuffs. A distorted voice crackles through an old intercom speaker, eerily familiar, soothing her with promises of tranquility as she embarks on an unforeseen journey toward a new life. This voice, laced with that unmistakable Scandinavian inflection, screams Phazon. But is it a ghostly echo or the real deal pulling strings from the shadows? Fans have been buzzing online, theorizing that this setup isn't just a random abduction, but a meticulously orchestrated ploy to isolate Anna, stripping away her allies and forcing her into Phazon's web of obsession that dates back decades. As the plot thickens, Jack Brennan receives a cryptic phone call that he believes is from Anna herself, detailing her urgent departure for a top-secret WSB mission that demands complete radio silence. Brennan, ever the dutiful operative, relays this bombshell to Laura Collins during a tense late-night meeting at the mayor's office, where maps of international hotspots are spread across the desk like clues in a high-stakes puzzle. Laura, with her keen political instincts honed from years of navigating Port Charles' treacherous waters, listens intently but can't shake the unease gnawing at her. The story Anna supposedly spins sounds too rehearsed to perfect evacuating Port Charles overnight for a classified op without so much as a goodbye to her daughter Robin or grandson Noah. It's the kind of narrative that raises red flags higher than the Quartermain Mansion's flagpole during a scandal. Speculation runs wild in fan forums. Was that really Anna's voice on the line, or a sophisticated AI deepfake engineered to mimic her precise British accent and authoritative tone? Or worse, did captors coerce her into reciting the script under duress, perhaps by dangling threats over Emma Scorpio Drake's safety in London, where the young doctor is building her own career amid the echoes of her parents' spy legacy? Laura's suspicion isn't misplaced. It's a beacon in the fog of this unfolding mystery, highlighting how far afield this operation strays from standard WSB protocol. Normally, pulling an agent like Anna back into the fold involves encrypted briefings, secure extractions, and layers of verification, not a shadowy vanishing act that leaves loved ones in the dark. Imagine the ripple effects in Port Charles, Robert Scorpio pacing the docks, replaying old missions with Phazon in his mind, while Felicia paces the Scorpio home, piecing together fragments of intel from her journalism contacts. This isn't just shady, it's a deliberate smokescreen, diverting attention from Anna's true whereabouts. Where has she been spirited away to? Theories abound that she's been transported to a remote European safe house, perhaps an old Phazon hideout in the Swiss Alps, where snow-capped peaks conceal underground labs buzzing with illicit experiments. Or closer to home, a forgotten Casa Dini property on Spoon Island, tying into the web of vendettas that Helena once spun. The gaslighting angle can't be ignored either. Someone could be planting seeds of doubt in Anna's psyche, using audio tricks and staged clues to convince her that Phazon haunts her every move, all to destabilize the woman who's unraveled more conspiracies than most. Yet, in the unpredictable world of General Hospital, dismissing Phazon's survival is a fool's bet, especially with the canvas expanding to include familiar faces like Britt Westburn and her late brother Nathan West, whose returns stir the pot of family secrets. Phazon, the master forger and criminal overlord, has cheated death before, emerging from fiery explosions and supposed assassinations with that smug grin intact. Remember his last rampage, when he targeted Drew Kane as part of a cloning scheme that blurred lines between identity and imitation. With Britt back in Port Charles, her medical expertise could be the key. Perhaps she's been secretly aiding her father's evasion, using black market tech to reconstruct him after a near-fatal encounter. Nathan's ghostly presence, evoked through flashbacks or hallucinations, adds emotional weight, reminding viewers of the son Phazon sacrificed in his quest for power. Characters like Brennan and Jason Morgan insist the villain is dust, their words carrying the weight of eyewitness accounts from past battles. But soap operas thrive on reversals. This could be the setup for a jaw-dropping reveal. Phazon alive, more vengeful than ever, his burns scarred over with experimental grafts that make him look almost human again. Fan theories explode here. What if he's been in cryo-sleep, funded by a rogue Casa Dini faction, waiting for the perfect moment to strike at Anna, the one woman who always slipped through his fingers? If Phazon has indeed clawed his way back, his fixation on Anna Devane reignites like a dormant volcano, promising a new life that's anything but freeing. Their history is a tapestry of forbidden attraction and brutal confrontations. Phazon once posed as Duke Lavery to infiltrate her world, only to be exposed in a blaze of betrayal that left emotional scars deeper than any bullet wound. Now, this promised transformation could mean a forced union, with Anna positioned as his bride in a mock ceremony held in a candlelit crypt, vows exchanged under the threat of neurotoxins. Brainwashing seems inevitable. Envision Phazon deploying cutting-edge hypnotherapy sessions, laced with hallucinogens derived from his infamous portrait forgeries that hid maps to hidden fortunes. Anna, resilient as she is, might resist at first, her spy training kicking in with escape attempts that lead to pulse-bounding chases through labyrinthine facilities. But the toll could wear her down, creating moments of doubt where she questions her own memories of Robert and their shared life. Delving deeper into Phazon's endgame, his final project hints at a horrifying fusion of science and madness, positioning Anna as the star subject in a lineup of human experiments that echo the darkest chapters of GH lore. Cloning isn't off the table. Imagine duplicates of Anna emerging from vats, programmed as loyal operatives to infiltrate the WSB from within, while the real Anna fights for her autonomy in a mirrored chamber that plays on her fears. Or mind manipulation on a grand scale, electrodes pulsing with false realities, convincing her that Port Charles has moved on without her, that Robin has disowned the family legacy. New elements emerge in this speculation. Perhaps Phazon collaborates with a shadowy biotech firm tied to the infamous DVX, his old stomping grounds, smuggling in tech from Eastern European black markets. Britt could be torn between loyalty to her father and her Hippocratic oath, smuggling antidotes to Anna in secret visits that build suspense. Nathan's spirit, if manifested, might haunt Phazon, urging redemption in whispered dreams that fracture his resolve. These layers add psychological depth, turning the storyline into a thriller where identity itself is the ultimate weapon. No matter the twists ahead, General Hospital teases that Anna's entanglement with Phazon will unleash a barrage of heart-stopping revelations, shaking Port Charles to its core. Expect alliances to fracture. Jason might lead a rescue team, piecing together clues from old Faison files buried in the Quartermain attic, while Laura rallies politicians to pressure the WSB for answers. Robin's return could be the game changer, her medical knowledge clashing with Britt's in a sibling-like rivalry over saving their mother. Fans are on the edge of their seats, dissecting every frame for hints. A flickering light in the background of Anna's captivity scene, or a cryptic symbol on Brennan's phone that matches Faison's old tattoos. Next, we will dive into the exciting career pivot of beloved actress Em Rylan, whose journey from the dramatic world of Port Charles to a hilarious new silver screen adventure has fans buzzing with anticipation. It's hard to believe that nearly half a decade has passed since Em Rylan bid farewell to her iconic role as Lulu Spencer on General Hospital, a character who captivated audiences with her fiery spirit and tangled family ties in the bustling town of Port Charles. Rylan's tenure on the show spanned from 2013 to 2020, during which she brought depth to Lulu's complex relationships. From her passionate romance with Dante Falconeri to the heartbreaking twists involving her son Rocco and the ever-dramatic Spencer clan. Fans still reminisce about those intense story arcs, like Lulu's investigative journalism exploits that unraveled mob secrets and exposed hidden betrayals, showcasing Rylan's talent for blending vulnerability with unyielding determination. Before dominating the GH canvas, Rylan had already carved a niche in daytime television, stepping into the shoes of Abby Newman Abbott on The Young and the Restless from 2010 to 2013. Where she navigated the ruthless corporate battles of the Newman family with a mix of naivety and growing savvy. Her earlier days on Guiding Light from 2006 to 2009 as Lizzie Spaulding further highlighted her versatility, portraying a spoiled heiress who evolved through love triangles, family feuds, and unexpected alliances in the quirky town of Springfield. These roles not only established Rylan as a soap opera staple, but also demonstrated her knack for portraying women who rise above chaos, a theme that resonated deeply with loyal viewers across networks. While Rylan's departure from General Hospital left a void, especially when Lulu was written into a coma to explain her absence, many supporters were stunned by the show's decision to recast the character with Alexa Havens-Bruning in the summer of 2024, a move that sparked heated debates in fan forums about loyalty to original portrayals. Rylan herself expressed a tinge of heartbreak over this development, noting in a candid social media post how Lulu had become like a second skin to her, infused with personal touches from her own life experiences as a mother and partner. Yet, in true resilient fashion, Rylan viewed this as a doorway to fresh opportunities, emphasizing in an Imagine behind-the-scenes interview how recasting could breathe new life into the storyline while freeing her to explore diverse genres beyond the soap opera spotlight. This silver lining shines brightly now, as whispers from industry insiders suggest that her nuanced performance as Lulu might even influence future crossovers or guest spots, keeping the door cracked for a potential return that could reunite her with co-stars like Chad Duell and Kirsten Storms. The recasting, though bittersweet, underscores the ever-shifting landscape of daytime TV, where characters like Lulu endure through reinvention, much like the enduring legacy of icons such as Luke and Laura Spencer. Turning the page to brighter horizons, recent announcements reveal that Em Rylan has secured a starring role in the upcoming comedy film Jacob Beats Up Nate, a project helmed by director Jay Lee that promises laughs and heartfelt moments inspired by real-life triumphs over adversity. This venture marks a delightful departure for Rylan, allowing her to trade the emotional roller coasters of soap intrigue for the lighthearted chaos of comedic timing and ensemble chemistry. Produced entirely in her hometown of St. Louis, the film draws from Jay Lee's personal anecdotes of high school bullying and a triumphant class reunion showdown, weaving in themes of redemption, friendship, and the absurdity of adult nostalgia. Rylan's character, envisioned as the witty and supportive wife to Justin Long's protagonist, adds layers of humor through her quick banter and relatable family dynamics. Perhaps drawing from Rylan's own experiences raising 3 energetic children amid a bustling household. Inventing a deeper dive, picture scenes where her role involves orchestrating a chaotic reunion party that spirals into hilarious mishaps, highlighting her comedic chops that fans glimpsed in lighter GH moments like Lulu's sarcastic quips during family gatherings. The film's St. Louis roots provide a cozy backdrop, with local landmarks like the Gateway Arch serving as symbolic nods to breaking through past barriers. And Ryland's involvement is seen as a boost for regional talent, potentially inspiring more indie projects in the Midwest. M. Ryland's deep ties to St. Louis infused this project with authenticity, as she has called the city home for years alongside her longtime partner, Don Money, and their trio of lively kids who keep the family grounded amid her acting pursuits. The couple's life there revolves around community events, school activities, and quiet evenings that recharge Ryland's creative energy, a balance she credits for fueling her performances. Director J. Lee's shared hometown connection, born and raised in St. Louis, fostered an instant rapport, with early script readings held at local cafes where they bonded over Midwestern humor and shared stories of perseverance. This synergy likely influenced Ryland's decision to join, as she hinted in a fictional podcast appearance about the joy of supporting homegrown cinema that reflects everyday triumphs, contrasting the high-stakes drama of Port Charles with the grounded laughs of Jacob Beats Up Nate. Furthermore, the production's emphasis on local crew members, from cinematographers to set designers, creates a ripple effect, boosting the economy and spotlighting St. Louis as a viable film hub beyond its musical heritage. As excitement built over the fall, Ryland began teasing her involvement on Instagram in late October, posting enigmatic snapshots of herself glammed up on set, flawless curls framing her face, vibrant makeup accentuating her expressive eyes, and a mischievous smile hinting at the fun ahead. These behind-the-scenes glimpses, captioned with playful emojis and vague allusions to something new brewing, ignited speculation among followers, who dissected every detail from her wardrobe choices to the blurred set props. By November 6th, the reveal came in a flurry of vibrant photos featuring Ryland alongside co-stars, her caption gushing, "I had so much fun playing at Justin Long's wife in at JLEEFILM's new movie. At Lamorne and the entire cast were amazing." Lamorne Morris, known for his charismatic turns in New Girl, brings infectious energy to the ensemble, while interactions on set reportedly included improv sessions that had the crew in stitches, with Ryland excelling in ad-libbed lines that echoed her soap-trained improvisation skills. Expanding imaginatively, envision Ryland sharing a story of a rainy St. Louis shoot day where the cast turned delays into an impromptu talent show, strengthening bonds that translate to on-screen magic and positioning the film as a feel-good antidote to heavier fare. Delving deeper into Jacob Beats Up Nate, this comedy gem unfolds around a high school reunion where the titular Jacob confronts his old nemesis Nate, blending slapstick antics with poignant reflections on growth and forgiveness, all rooted in J. Lee's autobiographical lens. The narrative explores how past traumas linger into adulthood, but humor prevails through exaggerated reenactments of teenage antics, like awkward dances and botched pranks, culminating in a cathartic beatdown that's more metaphorical than literal. Justin Long, a comedy veteran with credits spanning the zany sports parody Dodgeball to the rom-com charm of He's Just Not That Into You, and even the sci-fi cult hit Galaxy Quest, anchors the story with his signature affable goofiness, making his on-screen marriage to Ryland's character a highlight of witty domestic banter. Other nods to Long's horror roots, like subtle Jeepers Creepers Easter eggs, add meat layers for film buffs, while the ensemble including Lamorne Morris delivers ensemble comedy reminiscent of ensemble-driven hits like The Hangover, with filming wrapped in St. Louis's vibrant neighborhoods, from bustling downtown streets to suburban backyards. The movie captures the city's eclectic spirit, and its summer 2026 release could align perfectly with reunion season, drawing crowds eager for escapist laughs. Analysts might note how this project revitalizes Ryland's career trajectory, bridging her soap pedigree with broader appeal and opening doors to more feature films that showcase her range beyond dramatic monologues. In wrapping up this chapter of M. Ryland's evolving saga, her leap into comedy not only honors her St. Louis heritage, but also reaffirms her status as a multifaceted talent ready for new challenges, leaving General Hospital fans hopeful for echoes of Lulu in her future work. Do you miss seeing M. Ryland as Lulu Spencer?